Good afternoon and welcome to the Division of Employment Securities webinar on the North Carolina Unemployment Insurance Tax System, referred to as NC Suits. I'm Larry and I'll be serving as your moderator for today's session. Today's session will discuss how to sign into your account and explore the account maintenance options in NC Suits. By now, I hope you've had a chance to join us on one of our previous webinars, or you've signed into the NC Suits tax system already. Now let's look at the agenda for today's short 30-minute program. Going to give you a brief introduction of what NC Suits is, and then we'll jump right into the demonstration. As you can see on the agenda, we have allocated time at the end of our program for an interactive Q&A session with our subject matter expert. During that time, we encourage you to share your questions by typing them in the chat panel. Please try and keep all questions to today's topic. Don't worry if you don't have the chance to address your questions during today's program. We've created an FAQ section on our website at des.nc.gov/NC Suits. Any questions asked during this session that are not already on the site will be added for future reference. Also, before we get started, we want you to know that the demonstrations today were created exclusively for training and informational purposes. All information used for these demonstrations is fictitious. Before we get started with the system demonstration, I'd like to give you a little background about NC Suits. The North Carolina State Unemployment Insurance Tax System is a new, modernized platform to administer North Carolina's unemployment insurance tax program. The new, robust, easy-to-use, cloud-based solution replaces DES's decades-old tax mainframe and remote filing systems. This new system launched on November 13th, and you can get all the updated information on this program and on our website at des.nc.gov/NC Suits. And yes, I will post that website a little bit later. So let's get started. Giving the NC Suits demonstration today is Gina. She will demonstrate how agents can add employers in NC Suits and also cover your options with the account maintenance tab. Gina, when you're ready, go ahead and take over the screen and get started.
Thank you, Larry. We want to first tell you how to sign in or to sign up to access your online accounts. So you first go to our website, des.nc.gov. And when you do, it'll bring you to the home page. On the home page, you would go to Employer Sign In. Whether you have an online account or not, you will still go to Employer Sign In. You will click there. Now, if you already have an existing username and password, that does not change since we went to NC Suits. You still use the original login and password. You would put your username, password, process the reCAPTCHA, and sign in, and it will take you to your home page. Now, for the ones that do not have an online account or access, there's a line that says, note, please use username you set up previously during online account creation. If you have not created an online user account, please click to sign up. Sign up is a hyperlink. You would click sign up. And in this instance, you would say, I am a business agent, third-party user requiring DES claim tax services for business. You would click there, click I am not a robot, and hit next. And on the next screen, if you already have a DES ID number, which is your employer ID, you would put that 10-digit account number. Remember, from the previous system or legacy system, you had either a 7-digit or a 7-digit with an 8th digit on the end, which what we called the check digit. You would use the first 7 numbers from left to right and add 3 zeros in front of that. So you would enter that, and to confirm it, you would enter that number again on the next line. That's if you already have an employer account. If you do not, and you need to register as an employer, and you've never been registered as an employer at all, meaning you do not pay unemployment taxes and do not have an account, you would click at the bottom and click next. So either you would put in your ID number, if you're existing employer account ID and you pay unemployment taxes with us, or if you're new, you would click I am an employer and click next, and that would take you to the either home page or it would take for your new ones just to gather some more information to take you to the page to register for a new employer account ID number. So that's what we do to log in to NC Suits. So I'm going to share another screen and we're going to go to account maintenance. Okay. Now, if you already have an employer login, or if you create an employer login, but you're already an employer that pays and files unemployment taxes with us, when you log in, you will end up on this home page. Okay. Now, what we're going to go over now is account maintenance. And there are a couple places that you can access some of your account maintenance. We have quick actions or shortcuts over in the lower right-hand corner. But the main access is account maintenance on your left-hand side under your options. So we're going to go to account maintenance from there. And under account maintenance, you have agent assignment, change business name, updating FEIN, and other inactivating your account and other different things that you can do. But today we're going to focus on employer maintenance. And this is going to bring you to your address summary. And in this address summary, you can add addresses or you can actually edit addresses. For example, we have a physical address here, a legal address, and a mailing. And if I want to change the mailing address, and I want to say my mailing address and I want to change that mailing address, I would just type in what I wanted to change after clicking that hyperlink. And if I wanted to change any of these other address types to match that, I would just click those address types and I would hit save. Now, it's going to do a USPS validation. And sometimes if the USPS validation is down, you may see no address under address suggestions. And it'll say we don't find a valid address, but you can click your hyperlink that you entered and save that one. But in this instance, we were provided one. So I'm going to click on the hyperlink for the address suggestion. It's going to bring me back and I'm going to hit save. And if I go over to the mailing address, over there, over to the right, it's going to show you a history of that address. And if I click on history, it's going to show me what it was and what it currently now is. It's going to show the modified dates and time, who did it, and the information that was originally there and the information that's there now. So it shows you a history. And you can add one. And you have different address types that you can add. And if you add one, it'll show up in the list also. And we'll go to contact summary. Contact summary. You're always going to need to have a primary contact. You cannot delete your primary contact. So if you need to add a secondary contact, you can add one. But if you want to change who your primary contact is, you click on the primary contact hyperlink and you change whatever information that you need to change. And if I wanted to change this to John, I would hit save. And again, in this instance, you have to confirm your email address anytime you make a change where an email address is. And if when we make that change, And this one, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty, but it should show the updated information and a history of that. And this is our training region, so this is not actually live production. So, and then we can also add a different contact. You have contact types, whether it be accounting, benefits, legal, different reasons, and their different job titles. Location summary, it works the same way as your address and somewhat like your contact summary. If you have a primary, you're going to keep a primary and location. So you would click on primary to change that, and you'd make a change. And when you change it, it will be reflected here. But if you click on history, you'll see a history of the addresses. But you can also add a secondary address and give it a different location name. So if you have more than one location of your business, you can have both of those in there. This is your next summary. You can click on the next ID and it'll give you the breakdown. Your ownership summary. You can edit your ownership, and you can edit the one that is there. Now, the reason it's not showing an ad is because this I set up as a LLC S corporation, and I showed 100% ownership. We all know that you can't own more than 100%. So then it would give me the option to edit. I would go in, you can edit what you need to edit. If I needed to change that percentage and I changed it to 50%, it would give me the opportunity to then add I can add another person, but I'm going to go back and just add this one back to 100%. And again, you can see that for all addresses, it wants to verify. So. And I submitted it after. You always hit submit once you make it an edit. But had I submitted it after I changed to 50%, it would have shown in history here. Communication preferences. It shows what each communication preference is. So if you wanted a different preference, you would click the hyperlink and you would change to whatever option you want to choose, whether email, text, or US mail. And then you would have to update the information that corresponds to what you chose. And account activity. Account activity tells you all the things that have been done. So the things that we've been doing, the primary location was updated. There shows a history here. Shows who did it, what date, because I am logged in as an employer. And again, this is fictitious information that we used. Change to contact, there's a history. And at the bottom, it shows the previous contact and the updated contact. So the account activity shows everything that's been done. Communication preferences set. You can see where the account was registered. So that's where you update all your basic phone numbers, fax numbers, locations, addresses, ownership, communication preferences. It's done during employer account maintenance. Okay, thank you, Larry.
So thank you, everybody. As a reminder, visit our website, des.nc.gov/NC-SUITS to find a wealth of resources, including instructional videos, as well as our frequently asked questions section. You can also visit our site for a calendar of upcoming webinars. The NC-SUITS Technical Assistance Hotline, if you're having issues, can be reached at 919-296-1569. And just as a reminder, before we leave, we want to let you know again that this demonstration was created exclusively for training and informational purposes. All information used for this demonstration is fictitious. Also note that information on topics regarding tax registration, reporting payments, and filing is based on current state law and is subject to change. Once again, thank you for your excellent questions and for dedicating your valuable time to join us for today's webinar. We appreciate your engagement and look forward to assisting you on your NC Suits journey.